It's Monday. Let me get my settings right so I don't disappear on you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There we go. Better connection. It's Monday. Yay, it's Monday. Time to join the playground. I don't know what the date is anymore. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I see you. Tell me who that is. Come in and tell me who's here. Talk to me this morning. I've been gone for 3 days. Usually I'm only gone for 2 days. Yesterday I wasn't in the place to come in here. I needed some me time, so I took that time. So hi Umi. I do see Umi. I don't have my glasses on, so if I can't see your face in those little tiny circles that pop up, please say hi and I'll greet you. It's almost the end of January. It's almost the end of January. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but we are going so fast. Time is flying so quickly. I don't even know. It's like I remember Christmases years gone by when it was like, oh, we had so much time to get ready for Christmas. I always start really early. Like Thanksgiving's gone and I'm going. And this year it was like Christmas, it just happened. It just kind of slid in quietly. We had Christmas trees up, but it seems like it happened and now it's completely gone. My perception of time has completely changed. I don't know about you guys, but it's like the way that we used to have to wait for things to happen. It seemed like it took forever. And now it's like, wow. Hi, Melanie. Good morning. Good morning. So nice to see you guys this morning. Off to a new week. Here we go. So let's get it going. I'm like getting myself ready. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to get this week on a roll. So I think it's important that for me, especially, to be considering this whole thing with time and how fast it's going by. It's like we're releasing the all that drama and the holding on to what was, so that we can move into what is becoming, what we are becoming. So it's not as traumatic anymore. It's not as dramatic as anymore. So I said my phrase today was wardrobe change. How many times, I know I used to be in plays on stage, a few times. I really enjoyed it. But you know, when you're in a play and one scene is over and everybody's got to go running back to the back so they can all get a new wardrobe change. It seems like that's what, I know for me, that's what I'm going through again. We just continue to evolve and to change all the time. So here we go again. We're going backstage. We're going to change our wardrobe again. And it's all about taking up all of that heavy stuff. You know, why do I have to carry all this heavy stuff? I don't have to carry this big heavy costume anymore. So I'm going to just switch it out. I'm switching out my wardrobe. I'm switching out my persona, my way of viewing the world. Time for some lens changes. Time for a whole new stage, a whole new setting. Does that make sense? I don't know if you guys are feeling that too. Good morning, good morning. I'm just talking away. I see you guys popping in. You want to say hi? I'll say hi back. I see Melanie. I see Umi. Sometimes my the messages can be a little bit behind. So if I haven't seen you yet or greeted you yet, it's just because I can't see you. So it's Monday. It's the beginning of a new week. And it's the beginning today with this breath that you take right now. That's what we need to pull it back to. Every breath that you take, it's brand new. What am I going to do with this breath? And then in a few minutes, what am I going to do? In a second, what am I going to do with the next one? And the next one? And the next one? And pulling it back to that helps me a lot. I don't have to figure it all out. Yesterday, I didn't get on here because I was trying to figure it all out. I allowed my filter to fall into fear. Hi, Umi. Yes. Resonated. Good. So I allowed my filter to change. So we all have, if you figure, I've got cameras too. And you know, when we go out in the woods or wherever we're going, if it was like it is now, it almost looks like nighttime because it's so dark outside, even though it's morning time and it should be beautiful. We've got a very dark setting. So I would take my camera out and I'd have to change my filters around and I'd have to change my settings on the camera in order to catch the light the way that I want to catch it. And we're all the same. We have the ability to catch the light in any way that we choose, and there's no judgment in how we catch the light. Every photographer that you see, every work of art that's done, it's all through a different filter, right? We all have different filters, extremely, uniquely, beautifully different from one another. So for me, it's now time for me to remember my filters. If I'm in a place of fear, That's one filter. We only really have two filters. That's how easy this is. And I talk about it all the time. So I'm going to repeat this message because it's very important. We can respond out of love and we can respond out of fear. We only have two. And everything that's lower vibrational comes from fear. And everything that's higher vibrational comes out of love. And the truth of who we are, who you are, is pure unconditional love. If you got down to the very root of who you are, say the earth has got all these layers. Think about the earth. If you were to cut it in half, you'd see like the everlasting gobstopper. You'd see layer after layer after layer after layer. Until you finally got to the most beautiful part, which is the core, which is like the sunshine shining in the middle of the earth. And that's you. You are wrapped up in layers upon layers upon layers of lifetimes, of lifetime experiences, of belief systems, of things that people have told you that you've taken out as your truth. You got all of these layers. And where you are, the truth of who you are, is all the way wrapped around underneath all of those layers. If you dug all the way to the very core of you, there's your sunshine. There's your light. It's all the way in the middle of you, and it's perfect. You are perfect. So these filter changes, these wardrobe changes, it's like I haven't gotten all the way to the core, maybe, most of the time. Every now and then I get a little taste of the core of me. But I'm still working my way to that perfection, that sunshine, that light that's in the middle of me. And so are you. And that light is nothing but pure unconditional love. So the deeper I get, the more chances I've got for it to shine out through. I'll come all the way through. Come on, little core. Come all the way through. I want that light to shine. I want that to be who I really am, who people see when they look at me. And yet still, I'm just as damaged as all the rest of you. And we're all just walking around with all of our layers of messiness, aren't we? And so sometimes I fall into fear. It's that realization that we've gone through painful experiences. And no matter how hard we seem to try, we can get to the bottom of it, but it seems some days very frustrating because we're going along and we're like shooting. We're like, whoa, I'm just flying through this. It's going so good. I could just about, my wings are sprouting up my back and I could fly all the way around the earth. And then all of a sudden something happens. And those fears, those parts of us that we thought that we had conquered come back out. The ding, ding, ding. And then you're like, oh gosh, have we not already learned this? Have we not already gone to this place? Please, I don't want to go through this again. So it's all in the reactivity. It's all in your reaction that creates the final result of what is happening. So something happens, it triggers you. You go, oh, I'm going to fall into fear. I'm falling into fear. Good, like I fall completely into fear. And then I get, stop it, Zachary. And then I get very, very reactive. Sorry, my dog has decided to have a temper tantrum. It's raining, we got to control the rain. That's no right to fall like that. Anyway. So we fall into this place of fear. We have something that triggers us that has happened before, right? The biggest fears are the hardest ones to conquer. They're the biggest mountains to move. If it has been grief, if it's pain of some sort, if whatever disease, whatever it is that's been your biggest fear in life, that's been your biggest, most traumatic event. I'm sure it's a squirrel. I'm pretty sure it's just a squirrel. Come here, Zach. Come on. Stop. You need to calm yourself down. Calm it down. Sorry. You're being naughty. So, speaking of fears, that's his job. Something scared him. Anyway, so that's where I've been for the past 24 hours. I allowed myself, just like you, I allowed myself to look through that filter of fear instead of the filter of love. And I was out chasing squirrels with the dog, I think, doing the exact same thing that he's doing right now. We get so wrapped up in these things. We think, oh, that squirrel's definitely going to get us. I'm afraid. And so that's what I'm working through. I hope that helps you guys. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Carol. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Lauren. I thought that was you, Lauren. You've been like that for a week. I may have to go. Hi, Hope. I may have to go lock that doggy up if we're going to get anything done today. I don't know what it is that's out there that he thinks is so... Probably, maybe a bear. No, bears won't be out in this. Could be a bear. He usually barks at the bears. Lynette, healing for you and your family. We're going to focus on some healing today. Okay? I'm going to go back in. I want you to do something for me for a second. When we get all wrapped up in fear, there's one way to really help. Hold on one second. I'll close that door. Calm it down, big guy. Oops. I'm back. Sorry. The joys of doggy owning. So, for just a second, I need it too. For just a second, I want you to, this is what I do when I get on. Usually I need to do it again. So we have our little ego. We do this often, remember. So we have that side of us that likes to pull us into fear. And we have a stronger side. We have this side of us that is right above, right here. That higher self part of you that's always connected to the other side. That's never gone through damage. That's never gone through grief or pain or anything. And so if we can remember, we can please remember to see that. Think you're climbing up a mountain and you're starting to slip and fall. It's starting to get scary. And you're like, oh, there's a hand right there. My higher self is right there. And you reach out for it. You just go, oh, there you are. And when you do that, your higher self pulls in this energy of source, pulls in the angelic energy, and just comes right in and says, I got you. I got you. You're not going to fall. You're okay. Can we do that more often? Can we remember, see a big hand coming down to help you back up when you start to fall? This illness has caused a lot of fear in our families. My family, part of my family suffered with it last week, the last month. And it's really easy for us to fall into fear, the fear of maybe we'll go through another big loss. Maybe we'll be so sick we won't be able to take care of family. Maybe we'll lose a job. Maybe, all these things. We can go into this. It'll start to play out in our brains. If we can stop that, if you can just stop that voice for a little bit, long enough, to remember that you are absolute perfection. And all you got to do is reach for your truth. Just go, oh, there you are. Thank you. And just invite your higher self to come into your energy. Invite Archangel Michael. He loves to come in. Archangel Michael, I need some help here. I'm feeling scared. Okay, gotcha. I'll wrap you right up in a big old protective bubble. It's all okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. It's like they come in like the loving parent and they say, oh, it's okay. I know it's scary down there on that planet Earth. It's a very scary place to be. But you don't have to be afraid. I'm here. I'm here. I'm always here. We are always here. You are always surrounded. You're always going to be okay. You feel a shift of energy when you do that? It's pretty amazing. It's learning those little tools, those little tricks to go, oh, wait, I can make that shift today. I don't have to sit here in my fear. If I sit in my fear, it's going to pull me down the rabbit hole again, and I'm going to be all broken up and messed up all day long. Or I can stop that right here, right now. Because I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than that fear. I am bigger than that fear. Do you know that? You're bigger than whatever has ever happened here. You're bigger. You're powerful. You don't got to let those fears pull you down anymore. You're so welcome, Lynette. Hi, John. Good morning. Baltimore again, Lauren. Yeah. You're in Phoenix. Interesting. Rainy in Phoenix. So your weather has gotten really rainy, Lauren. It's kind of strange. I'm having those moments too. What are we doing with these deja vu weird moments where we're just kind of going along and life is one way and all of a sudden we go, like the Matrix just cracked. Like something just happened. I don't exactly understand what just happened, but I definitely felt a change. It's kind of interesting to watch it, isn't it? It's interesting to realize when you go into that higher self land that you begin to see things differently. That's the answer to that. The ego only sees things, or until you train the ego, your egoic self will see things the way it's always been. And it will try to pull you into that repeat. It's always been this way. It's always going to be that way. And that's a total load of baloney. It's not always the same. It changes. Everything changes. Everything has the possibility of the most amazing change. All of us do. We have the choice of listening to the ego that says, oh, it's always going to be the same. Here we go again. Here we go again. How many of us have done that? We're like, oh, here we go again. I do it all the time. And then I go, wait a minute. And I reach up and I grab that hand of the higher self, of my higher self, and I pull her right on in. And I'm like, oh, come here. I'm not that little girl anymore. I am that little girl, but at least this little girl knows where to go for help. And I realize that I'm so much more. That I'm not only just that little girl, but I'm also this. I'm also that up there. I'm that hand that's reaching down to care for the little girl that's afraid. Does it make sense? Connection issues. Is everyone having connection issues? Yes, Lynette, I forgot. I've let fear happen. My family will do this. And yes, we'll be okay. Grabbing my higher self right now. Do it. Grabbing your higher self's hand. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Fear pulls us deeper in. Fear actually creates disease. Fear creates those things that we're afraid of. It's backwards day again. So we're going through life and we're thinking that we're just like these little pawns and everything's out to get us. And we suddenly, our family gets sick and we're like, oh gosh, okay, now I'm all afraid. And so in that place of fear, we're actually creating the energy that creates more negative experience. It creates more things to be afraid of. We're literally mirroring, creating this. So if you can stop yourself and say, okay, no, I'm not going to be that fearful little child. I'm going to reach up. I'm not going to let the fearful, let me reword that. I'm not going to let that fearful little child hold me back. I'm not going to let the fearful child keep me from reaching. I'm going to remember that I have this filter. I have a different filter to come through, the filter of my higher self. My higher self is walking around with the little rose-colored glasses on. It's going, oh, all is well. All is well. It's going exactly according to plan. It's exactly the way it's supposed to be. It's always turned out just right for you in the past. It will always turn out just right for you in the future. It's always, but you don't need to think about it. You don't need to try to control it. You can just rest in it and know that all is well. All is well. We've got you. I'm right here looking over you always. I've got you. It's always going to be okay. And speak it out loud, please. I can sit here and tell you how I do it over and over and over again. Your egoic self is like a child and it needs to hear things out loud. So that's why we use affirmations. Because, it makes us forget exactly. Fear blocks us from seeing the truth. It just covers us up, doesn't it? It's like this big mask. We just put a mask over our eyes and now we can't see anything and now we're really freaking out. So we go to that place of knowingness, of being still. And it's difficult when we're stuck in fear. And you take a big breath. And you take another big breath. And you hold that breath for a few seconds. Conscious breathing is an amazing tool. I'm grateful to the person that taught me conscious breathing. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4. And these attacks, tell me the truth now, these attacks of fear usually happen in the middle of the night. During the day, you got your bubble of protection up pretty good. You're doing really well. You've taken pretty good care of yourself. You can handle it. Sometimes things will break through, but mostly you're pretty good. In the middle of the night, when you're supposed to be sleeping, your ego takes over sometimes and it goes boing, and you go, oh no. You know how that works, right? And then it starts rolling with you because your defenses are down. You're like awakened to the dream state and you're like, what's going on? And your defenses are down and it starts rolling. And pretty soon you're like, oh, I'm scared. We always get scared when we're little children, don't we? We're always scared of the dark. We're always scared of the unknown when we wake up in the middle of the night. It's like a bad dream. We wake up. So can you remember to do this? Conscious breathing. Just breathe. Just take a big breath. When you're afraid, you stop breathing. You watch somebody when they're afraid, they go into this very shallow breathing, almost hyperventilating. And the way to stop it is just breathing. You take a big breath. I just felt it shift when I did that. Take a big breath, pull it in. And the fear begins to let hold of its grip, doesn't it? It's like, oh. It may take 3, it may take 4. You may have to sit there and breathe deeply for 10 minutes. I don't know what it's going to take for you. Depends on how far you've gone into that fear tunnel. But as you breathe, you see yourself, envision now. Let's create a visual. So I'm in the fear tunnel. I've fallen in there, and I've got I'm kind of allowed myself to get all wrapped up in it. And so here I am. Everything's dark. There's no lights. I'm going to take a big breath. And as I take a big breath, I'm going to envision this beautiful light inside of me. And as I'm breathing it up, it's going to come up. And it starts to shine. That light starts to shine. Just a little bit at first. It's okay. You can go as fast as you want with this, but if all you can pull up is a little light, that's okay too, because it's enough light for you look down, you're like, I can take a step, I can see. I take a step. And I keep breathing. Another big breath. Oh, a little more light shining now. I can take 2 or 3 steps now. And I'll breathe again. And I'll keep doing that until I walk myself back out of that fear tunnel. And the more I do that, the brighter it gets. I can start to see light coming. Light's at the end of the tunnel. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Envision something. Your ego likes to play games like that. Your little child inside of you loves to imagine, loves to be told stories, loves to be comforted that way. Can you come up with some way to visualize yourself out of that fear? Don't let the fear itself, do not pull yourself into the thing that is scaring you. That will only scare you more. Pull yourself back to story time. Bring yourself into a time of, I'm going to envision my way out of this. I can see myself here in the tunnel. If you want to use that one, please do. I'm in the tunnel. I'm going to pull out some light. There it is. Okay, I can take a step. Just do something simple like that. It's not as difficult. We make it difficult. You're welcome, Rosalind. I'm happy to see you guys. It's nice that everybody's joining me this morning. So, if you like, it's 10:10. It was for a second. it gave it to me long enough to see it. I love numbers like that. It's 10:10. I love 10:10. 11:11. 9:9. Whatever your favorite number is, I love those numbers. So take a big breath. If you'd like, we can go into some bouncing, bubbly, flying pigs or whatever you want to do. We'll go into some imagination. I continue, that's my thing, is to teach you how to pull yourself out of fear. It's so important for us to pull out of fear mode right now. Wardrobe change. We were that scared little child sitting in the dark, but we're not anymore. Guess what? We're angels and queens and kings, and we are creators. Take off that heavy cloak of the scared little human, please. That's not who you really are. That's who you've been taught to see in the mirror. Who you really are is this amazing creator. You knew it when you came into the world. That first breath you took, you knew that you were coming here for something amazing. And then you got all those layers built around you. Let's go back to that little one that knew, that remembered who they were. 555, good number. Really good number. Excellent, Rosalind. Your angels are sending you messages, aren't they? It's always all about reassurance, about teaching us that we are bigger and greater than we thought that we were. So as I sit here and I pull in my higher self and that angelic energy, that's the message that comes through to you. You are bigger and greater and so much more than you remember. And it's time for you to work on remembering again. All those fears, there is no virus that's stronger than you. I promise. You are stronger than any virus. You're stronger than any emotion. You're stronger than any outward physical thing that is affecting you right now. You are stronger. Carol, I see 555 at least once a day. Yeah. For me, I see a lot of numbers like 818 and 717 and 616 and 515 and whatever. I see those all the time. I saw them all the time last year. I kept seeing, when I left California, I kept seeing 818, 818, 818 everywhere. Everywhere that I went, I would get just 818 numbers all over the place. I'd look down and at the time on my car clock and it was 818. I'm like, weird. So I look up. Joanne Scribes is a really good one. I'd look up what does 818 mean, and I'd see. And then I kept going and I kept going. And it was this assurance that all was going to be okay. I didn't know. It was kind of a weird, scary time. But I kept getting assurances from my angel that all is well, all is well. When I got down here, the first full day I was in the mountains, my daughter and I went to this park where we had Steve's memorial service. And we thought, oh, this is such a cute little neighborhood. I love this neighborhood so much. So we kind of drove up the street a little bit, and Abby was like, there's a sign in that window, because I had told her I was going to find our house. It was going to have a sign in the window, and she looked at this house and she said, there's a sign in that window. And sure enough, I looked over and I said, it is, there is a sign in that window. And I went back down and I parked the car and I thought, let me take a closer look. So I walked up the road, and when I walked up the road, I went to take a picture of the address on the house, 818. The number on the house is 818. I saw it all the way here. And when I saw it in the mailbox, I knew. It's really that pointed. We can look at Joanne Scribes at these numbers. And yeah, there's beautiful messages in the numbers of 555 and whatever. But oftentimes we have these little, like treasure maps. Always we have a treasure map, and we'll see these little signs, these hints along the way to help us to follow our map. And so that 818 was leading me directly to this house. So it can be that pointed. Our loved ones, our higher selves, our angels, we're so loved and guided that oftentimes these things come to us as a sign to lead us. Just pay attention. I love you too, Erica. Nice to see you. Good morning. Lynette, I have to go. It's okay. Rewatch this later. You take care of your family, please. Lynette will send you healing in just a few minutes, so you'll receive. If you're open to that, you will receive. All right. So we're up to 10. We were sitting here at 10, and now we're up to the number 10. 10 is our number this morning. Let's look that up. 10 is an amazing number as far as the angels are concerned. We're coming into a higher time. They're reminding us always, please don't get so locked up. Go ahead and bring that message. Please don't get so locked up in all of these little details of life. Please remember that this is only life, that you can live another one, that you can trade this one in anytime you like. You're never going to die. You're never without loved ones. You're never without your angels. You are always okay. They're always here to protect you. Always, always, always. And enjoy this. Enjoy every second to the best of your ability. Right now, things may seem less than perfect to your ego, but to your higher self, everything is exactly where it needs to be. You're moving down your path perfectly. You are okay. You're always going to be okay. Please remember to enjoy this. It's fleeting. It's fleeting. We're only here for a little while in this physical form. So look around you to those people that are here with you. And even though things may seem less than perfect, they are perfect. Perfectly and perfectly perfect. You are perfectly and perfectly perfect. You are exactly where you need to be right now, right here. And you're doing exactly what you came here to do, which is to hold the light for the rest of the world that's suffering. And all you got to do is be here and keep on breathing. Isn't that amazing? You don't need to figure it all out. You will do beautiful things because you are an amazing soul. And you will want to. You will want to go out and help people and do beautiful things. And the most important thing that you can remember is that even on your weakest day, even on your lowest, weakest day, you are still a living, breathing miracle to this planet. You are. Start saying that I am. I am, that I am, that I am. When I say that, I feel the power come back. When you start to feel weak, I am. If that's all you can say, that's enough. I am, I am, I am, I am. And when you do that, the power comes back into your body. You're pulling in your I am presence, which is connected to the other side. And in comes all of that energy. Feel it. Say it. I am. I am that I am that I am. It's beautiful. Good. Lynette, we're going to go into some healing. So I want you guys to get your feet planted. Let's send healing. Let's send positive energy out to everyone here today and everyone that watches in the future. There's always, always, always perfect timing. I want you to spend a few minutes connecting to some powerful energy. So you get your feet well planted. You can see roots growing deeply, deeply into the earth, coming right out the bottom of your feet. And they're big, strong roots. And they hold you and they take care of you. And earth energy flows back and forth. You know that when you walk around the trees, they're taking your carbon dioxide and they're turning it into oxygen for all of us to breathe. When you get close to those trees are filters, and they are taking your negative energy too. And they're taking it deeply down into the earth, and they're exchanging it. They're recycling it and creating positive, beautiful energy, and they're bringing it right back up through your roots. And if you imagine that and feel that, set your intention. It's happening whether you know it or not. Stand barefoot on the earth sometimes, hug a tree. Know how much they're doing for us all the time and how much they appreciate us. It's an even exchange. They're not just doing it because they do it. Of course, that's their job. But the energy that they're gaining from us is equal to what we're gaining from them. The energy that you gain from me is equal to the energy that I gained from you, that we are called on to create an even exchange. I give and I receive. Don't forget the receive part, all of you beautiful givers. I give and I receive, and I give and I receive, and I give and I receive. I'm open. I am open to receive. I'm taking my guard down and I'm allowing myself in the safety and protection of the angels, Archangel Michael here, now, protecting you, always protecting you. Always remember to ask for protection. And then be willing to receive too. Don't always try to give. Those angels are always trying to give to you. Are you open to receiving? Or do you only want to give? If all you're doing is giving, you're not giving from a full well. And so the energy that you're giving out is not near as perfect as it could be. So you have to receive. It's the way it works. You have to receive. You fill up your bank. You fill it right up, your well, whatever you want to call it. When somebody comes along and they tell you you're doing a beautiful job, are you open to it? Will you let it come in? If I say right now that the angels are thanking you for being here, for breathing, for being a part of this huge growth experience that all of humanity is happening right now, they're thanking you for being here, for your hard work. Are you willing to hear me and receive that? Or do you just blow it off? You, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. Receive that. Don't come back with a response, just receive it. Thank you. And then once you fill yourself up with that gratitude that they've just sent your way, then you've got something to work with. Now we've got some energy to work with. And the next time somebody comes to you and says, wow, thank you so much for doing that, are you going to go right back at them and say, well, no, blah, blah, blah? Or are you going to go, oh, okay, let me receive that. Beautiful, beautiful. And then when I come back, I'm giving from that love energy that I've received. Isn't that beautiful? I don't got to give from my empty well. If I haven't received, if you said something nice to me and I was just like, well, you're welcome, blah, blah, blah. When you get that you're welcome back, you're not getting any part of me. You're not getting any good energy. You're just, it's like the boomerang, bing, bing. It's a bouncy ball. It just bounces back and forth, but it's not really creating any energy. It's not giving you the fullness of me. So if you say thank you, good morning, Luz. Lynette says, I am open, thank you. And I stop and I go, you're so welcome, Lynette. Then I've received her thank you, and I come back at her with that equal energy. You understand how that works? So let's work more on that today, and that receiving allowing ourselves to receive. It's really funny when I start to play this game. It's another game. You like the number game, right? You're getting 555s, all that. What if I take my guard down today? What if you take your guard down today? And every time somebody comes to you and says, you are beautiful, or you are doing a beautiful job, or thank you so much, or anything where they're giving some energy to you, you stop yourself and you just, oh, thank you. Just receive it. Don't say a word to them. And when you know that the angels are right there, and you suddenly, you're going through life and you get a little scared, and then you go, oh, but I'm not all by myself. And you go, you look up and you receive some healing energy. And then you can come at it from a different place. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that important. So important to be willing to receive, to not always be the giver. Somebody needs to hear this today. I don't know who it is. If you're drained and exhausted all the time, you're giving more than you're receiving. You have to slow down and allow yourself to receive. If you don't have a person that's giving to you and giving you that encouragement, then look to the angels. Look to your higher self. Receive first. Your higher self's not just there sitting in the clouds waiting for whatever. Your higher self is always 24/7. And so are the angels. They're always there. No matter how big or small the problem, they're always there. Good morning, Tammy Fisk. So allow yourself to receive, please. You are, just for a moment, sit there. Listen to my words. Don't try to answer. Don't do anything else. Close your eyes. You are an amazing soul. I know you're an amazing soul because you're here now. And if you weren't an amazing soul, you would have never, ever taken this on. And they would have never let you come through right now. I know that. So if you're watching this now, I know that you're here for a beautiful purpose. And I know that you're fulfilling your purpose just by receiving energy and allowing it to flow back out to others once you've received. So right now, calling in the angels, calling in this beautiful energy coming in like a beautiful white light down to me. And I'm giving to you this energy. It's not through my words. It's just an energetic exchange I'm giving. I'm sending energy out to everyone that's watching. And if you're open to it, you will receive. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here. Forget all this other stuff. I know it seems really important when you're stuck in it, but energy is the currency. Energy is what creates galaxies. It creates energy. Love energy is everything. And it's learning to exchange that equally that creates a new planet, that creates what we're longing to have here. So allowing for that equal exchange. Allow yourself to receive. That's where your abilities really fill in, If you're not willing to receive, you're not going to have full abilities right now. That's how we receive. We open that pathway. We have to open that pathway. And then that wisdom and all of that beautiful love energy just comes in and it blasts right through all those blocks that you've got all around yourself. The walls come down and all of a sudden you go, oh, there I am. There I am. Knock down another wall. Oh, it felt good. Isn't that cool? I love angels. I do. I love that energy they bring in. It feels so good. I could just sit here in it. It's like spa day. It's like you're sitting in a warm bath. So our feet are well grounded. The sun is breaking out through the clouds, so that makes me happy. Here comes the sun. S-O-N. Here comes the sun. Allow yourself to receive today. We are completely wrapped up in a bubble of protection, all of us together. We're in this beautiful bubble right now. I start doing that when the chakras start spinning. It's funny, my head is just going. So we're in this beautiful bubble of protection. And We can greet each other. If you look out through that bubble, the earth is gorgeous on the outside of the bubble. Everywhere you look, it's like, oh, green trees and flowers. And we're in the Garden of Eden. We see it. We see it. It's perfect here. There's no hunger. There's no fear. There's no negative energy. It's nothing but perfection. Who would like to step out of the bubble with me and go to this perfect place? We remember it. You'll remember it when you get there because you've been there before. You know what it feels like. So we're stepping out of any kind of negative, lower vibrational energy and into a place that we have created. You and me, as beautiful creators, we've done this before, we're doing it again. They're giving us a taste of what we're coming to. So we step out into this garden. And we look around and the flowers, wow. The flowers are magnificent. They're colors like you couldn't even imagine. They're so deep and beautiful. And they're everywhere and they're huge. And there's these big old bumblebees going from flower to flower. And they're smiling. They're smiling bees. And every now and then they just bounce like they're in a pinball machine. They come down to the flower and they do what they need to do. And then they go boing over to the next one. And boing. Watch them. It's pretty funny to watch them. They're just boinging all over the garden. And there's fruit trees that are growing these, the fruit. It's just, nothing ever rots here. They just hang there waiting for someone to pluck them and chew on them. And if you're hungry at all, you can go find yourself a piece of fruit. It's like the most luscious, amazing fruit you could ever imagine. As soon as you take a bite, you would swear it's cheesecake. It's like the most, what is your favorite food? When you lift that fruit up to your mouth and you take a taste. It's the best thing you've ever had. So imagine the best thing that when you know those things when you eat them and your eyes roll back in your head and you're like, oh gosh, that's so good. And that's what the fruit tastes like here. It's delicious. And there's no worries. You can eat whatever you like. There's no calories to think about. There's no illness. Your belly's not going to hurt. You just get to eat what you want. Whatever you like. It's kind of like Willy Wonka. That's what I'm envisioning. There's a chocolate river going by. I see some of you laying down in that chocolate river, hands behind your head, just floating on down the river. All covered in chocolate. And then there's a waterfall. I see a waterfall on the chocolate river, and at the bottom of the waterfall is whipped cream. So you got chocolate that you're floating down in, and as you tumble over the waterfall, it's gentle. You won't get hurt. There's no getting hurt here. You tumble over, and you land in whipped cream. It's soft and squishy, and it's fun to play in, I promise. You can have a whipped cream fight. You can throw it at each other whenever you want, because you can't get hurt. You'll just have fun. You know those games where it does the pie in the face? It's kind of like that, only more fun. What do you see here? You can wander into caves. You can see whatever you want to see. There is nothing to be afraid of. There are animals here. If you watch closely, you'll see lions. There's a bear in that cave. You can go in and see the bear. The bears are not scary. They don't hurt. Nobody gets hurt here. This is a place where the lion lays down with the lamb. You can see the lion giving the little baby lamb, a big old kiss. Just, oh, you're my friend. We're just friends here. The lamb is so comfortable there. It's comforted by the lion's presence. What else can you see? The clouds. Look up at the clouds. My gosh, they are actually cotton candy clouds. They're the most beautiful colors. They're all puffy, squishy, rainbow colored. They're all different shapes. It's like a cotton candy flying pig floating by. And there's hot air balloons. If you'd like to hop in a hot air balloon, you can choose what color you want it to be. You can climb in the basket. Just climb in there. As you're releasing negative energy, so I'm asking Archangel Michael to come in and sever and release any cords, attachments, anything that is keeping you from your truth today. Asking for Archangel Raphael for anyone, Lynette and her family, and anyone else that needs healing today. Asking for healing energy to just flow down through every one of us gently as you release those tensions in your body, those blocks, cords, attachments, hooks, psychic attacks, soul contracts. We don't want those anymore. Old karma, ancestral energy, anything that is holding you back. Just asking the angels to come in. Archangel Michael with that big blue sword and this whole army of angels coming in and just lifting all of that away from you. So for a moment, just take a big breath. Feel your hot air balloon lift off the ground as you release those things that no longer serve you. Take a big breath. And your balloons just lifted up a little higher. And some of you have these cords. They're like colorful rainbow colored cords, ribbons coming off of your balloon. And you have the scissors. You've been given the scissors. Archangel Michael is coming. He's given you something to cut those cords. These are the things. They're beautiful. They're all of your experiences in life. You have had some amazing experiences. And so each one of those beautiful ribbons is an experience. And you don't need to forget those experiences. It's okay. But you don't want them to hold you back anymore. You don't want to keep falling back into those experiences. We want to fly higher and higher and higher. So see yourself. It's as you cut those ribbons, you're not losing them. You're only losing the parts of them that hold you back. So see yourself cutting ribbons, as many as you like. If you want to have a great big old sword, envision yourself with a sword and go all the way around and just... Archangel Michael will help you with that. Just cut them all at one time, and then your balloon goes whoosh right up into the air. Go higher and higher into the sky so you can look down and see how beautiful this garden really is. Someone posted a picture this morning of a forest, and when you rose above it, it was all circular. Perfect geometry, sacred geometry in the trees. I believe that's what it would be like here in this garden. And everything is just laid out in perfect fashion, this beautiful symmetry. So rise above and see the designs of this beautiful place that you have helped to create. Cutting cords, it's okay to cut them. You've been holding them for a long time. You don't need them anymore. Let them go. Let them go. There's a little lift, thank you. So healing energy, source energy is coming down over the crown. Coming right down out of the sky, right over your head. You can feel that heat pouring down through, opening up that crown and just pouring it right down like a big old waterfall. Golden waterfall coming right down through you right now. Right down over the top of you too. Washing away any negative energy, anything that's still lingering. Just let it wash it right away. All of your chakras are spinning perfectly. All of that blocked up, stored up negative energy is washing away. And your chakras just go, oh, there we are. Now we can spin. It's all clean. Spin, 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 spin. Just start spinning. Just get them all going equally, evenly. Even exchange of energy in every one of your energy centers. All over your body. Not just the ones you know about, but all the new ones. All the ones that are opening up to you as your DNA advances. Getting you spinning everywhere. Perfectly. Perfect alignment. Sit up straight. Allowing that energy to flow. As you fly higher and higher and higher into the sky, you're almost going to go right through the atmosphere. You can go to the moon if you'd like. Circle the moon. You can see some controls on your balloon. I know someone's got a flying pig balloon. I can see it going. It's you, John. And so it can be kind of like a blimpy balloon where you've got controls. You can fly to the moon. You can fly to Mars. You can go wherever you like. It's your time. It's your imagination, your creation. Take a big breath. There's healing energy. Pull it into your lungs. Follow in, envision that healing energy. It comes in like a mist. It's all around you. And as you breathe it in, it comes in and it goes all the way down through your trachea and into your lungs. into your heart, into every cell of your body. Just keep breathing it in. Nice. Peace and calming, healing. Fill up your own bank first. Fill yourself up with all of this healing. Take it in. Feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. And as we've cleared our energy, this beautiful energy from Source comes in and it fills up every part of our being. And it's so beautiful. You can take as much as you like. You can fill that bank up to overflowing inside of you. So take a big breath, pull it into your heart, pull it back into lower, deeper. This beautiful well inside of you. Fill yourself right up. And now for all of those people, you know, Lynette's family is suffering with COVID. So for all those people that you know of that are suffering right now, that have gone through losses or are ill or confused or scared, whatever it is, envision whoever it is that you'd like to envision. And then I want you to take some of that beautiful energy that's just overflowing all around you and direct it towards them. Take a big breath and just send it out to wherever it needs to go. Just envision it going exactly over a big rainbow bridge right to where it needs to go. Take a big breath. Releasing nice and easy. You're powerful. You don't want to blow them right over. Nice and easy. Sending it to wherever it needs to go. Sending a general clearing, healing out across the planet. Take a big breath to wherever it's needed. To the planet itself. This beautiful planet that sustains us. Healing to this beautiful planet. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me in that. Kimberly, nice to see you. The Rapids. Carol's in the Rapids. Good morning, Tammy. So taking a big breath, I want you to pull your higher self in safely. I want you to pull your little ego together with your higher self. Take a big breath. Asking the angels to come in and protect you, Archangel Raphael to wrap you up in a beautiful bubble today. So whatever tries to come at you, it just boing, boing, boing. This negative energy that's out there, any fears, anything that comes from fear, it just bounces off your bubble and it goes someplace else. It can't stick to you. It just bounces off and away it goes again, gone someplace else. You get to control it. Nothing comes in without your permission. Nothing goes out without your permission. You are in complete control of your bubble today. And whenever it feels as if you might have a pinprick or any energy gets in that you didn't mean to let in, you let your guard down, you call on Archangel Michael again. Archangel Michael will help you to dispel your fears, bringing a beautiful new layer of protection around your bubble, taking good care of you. So as we come back up into our bodies, I want you to start wiggling your toes and your fingers. The angels are stepping back. We're severing and releasing any cords or attachments that happened during this session so that we're not carrying each other's energy around all day. Please know that you are completely in your own energy field, completely in control of what happens as far as what comes in and what comes out. It's yours. It's your safe bubble. No more attachments. Don't try to carry everyone else's on your back, okay? We can let them go with love. Let them go with love. Let them do their own learning, have their own experiences. We just have to love them. That's all we have to do. I love you guys so much. I hope that you've enjoyed this little imagination time. Time to take good care of you. I gotta go see what that dog's up to, see if he needs his walk. I love you guys so much. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. What is today? Oh, Monday. It's Silent Mystics today at 3:33. So I hope you'll come back and join us at the Imagination of Becoming Network or We also posted on EWN Enlightened Living. I love you guys so much. Take good care of yourselves today, and I'll talk to you again soon.